Well, hello. I wasn't expecting any company tonight. Not very many people make it to my little slice of horror in the woods. But it's all right. Come sit down by the fire. You look a little chilled. May I ask, do you like horror? Do you like the macabre, the spooky, and the scary? Well, good thing you stumbled upon my fire. You know, just recently I stumbled upon a box of old tape recordings. Why don't you sit back and make yourself comfortable and listen to one of these tapes? Now just remember that these are old cassette tapes. And keep in mind, I'm not quite sure what's on them.
The man gestures to the clock resting on the stool in front of you. Just push the button when you're ready to begin, he tells you before exiting. He leaves you all alone in the anonymous storage room in a quiet wing of the hospital. You've been in pain for a while now. The constant struggle of aching and straining has reduced you to a shell of your former self. Chemo was supposed to save you, but so far the only purpose it has served is keeping you alive long enough to prolong the pain, suspending you in a limbo between life and death. You would do anything to make it stop. So when the opportunity presented itself, you did. It didn't matter to you that the opportunity arrived in the form of a deal with the devil. It was a sweeter deal than you have ever hoped for. Complete relief from your pain, a cure. You would be completely free to live your life. The cost? Well, the cost was small. Only 10 seconds of your time. In fact, if you could endure 10 seconds of extreme pain, you could have your life back. You brace yourself with deep breath and extend your hand over the clock. You're ready. You stare at the clock's face and push the button on top. A number pops up on the digital screen. 10. Immediately, you feel a punch to your gut. No one hit you, but the blunt force hits you, knocking the wind right out of you. Keeling over, you begin to count in your head as the fire starts. 9. The fire, the burning, the heat, you feel it like you're roasting. Sweat begins to pour out of you, soaking your clothes. The wedding ring on your hand begins to sear your finger like an iron branding the skin. Not that it will matter. If the heat continues, you feel as though your skin will melt right off you. You collapse to the floor entirely, unable to handle the heat. 8. It begins to get harder to breathe. Perhaps you're drowning in the pool of sweat, or perhaps it's due to your tightening throat. As it constricts, it suffocates you from the inside. Pressure builds in your head. Your brain is pressing against the front of the skull, begging for more space. Your eyes are bulging, about to pop out of their sockets. 7. Panic hits you next. The walls of the room have collapsed in on you. The ceiling has dropped, and your nose is almost able to touch it as you look up. You feel your breath bounce off of it. There is nowhere for you to escape to. There isn't even enough room to fidget. 6. Now the ringing starts. Like nails on a chalkboard, the frequency of the squealing pitch grows even louder, torturing your eardrums. It's so loud that it could shatter glass, or even your teeth. 5. Your teeth. They're ripping from your gums, which then begin to bleed profusely. You can't swallow the blood, since your throat is closed, so it pours out of your mouth. You make a gargling noise as you scream. You can't hear it over the ringing. 4. A tingling sensation begins in your fingertips, before erupting into a sharp pain. The nerves buried deep into your fingers shoot out from the inside. They begin to curl backwards, ripping the skin of your palms first. Your forearms are next as the peeling heads for your face. 3. Now the pain truly begins. The feeling of being watched hits you. You begin to feel vulnerable, as if you walked into a trap, like someone else's prey, or maybe just entertainment. Your suffering is laid bare for their pleasure. Maybe your children or your wife can see you like this. Pathetic. Are they crying? Laughing at you? Disgusted? Can they see your most intimate secrets? All your indiscretions, lies, and imperfections? What would they think? You're just a leper to them. 2. Depression. Your whole world is on the brink of collapse. You will die. You will fail. It is fated to happen. The universe will tear you apart from inside out, systematically destroying everything you love. Everything that made you special will be obliterated, forgotten. Nothing will become of you. 1. It hits you all at once. The successive waves of suffering wash over you as one. You cry, you melt, you scream, you explode, you drown, you bleed, you perish into dust. 0. You lie on the floor, still shaking from the suffering, but intact. You made it. You sit yourself up with a delirious laugh of relief. It's over. You feel liberated. A weight has been lifted off your shoulders. You feel true freedom, life beyond pain, beyond sickness and misery. You earned it. Cracking your neck, you ready yourself to stand up and head out the door. But before you do, you take one last look at the clock. 9.
Alright, my lovely lilies, thank you so much for watching the new video. If you can, hit that subscribe and like button, comment below and tell me your thoughts. Also, don't forget to tap the little notification bell so you're always in the know on this channel. As well, guys, you can always find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and always you can hit me up in my emails. Feel free to send me your stories, whether they're fiction or totally true. I'm always up for some great stories. And oh, by the way, until next time, sweet dreams.